Here's the introduction to your M.V.S results when things are going well. Remember the first 10 questions. You're looking at when things go well, this is how you respond. Well, these are my results, and as you can see, I am in a place, and we're just going to look specifically at this area here. So this area right here. So this is the part that we're going to look at. So we're just going to focus right now on this area. Okay? And this is basically, we start with, for me, my results, which is this dot here, okay, are 38 and then 34 and then 28. So this is great. It says that it indicates I'm a hub, which is flexible, cohering, motivational value system. However, my M.V.S dot is close to the borders of blue-green, which is cautious supporting, and blue, altruistic, nurturing. So you can see from my dot that I am, although I'm in this hub area, which is this circle here, I'm also in blue-green, which is right here, this area, this area here, and I'm also kind of overlying blue, which is this whole large area here, okay? So for some of us, our dot might be over here, and if our dot's over here, like my wife's, then you're blue, and there's really no, you just look at blue and that's what you're going to be. And if you're red over here, then you're just going to be red. But for most of us, we're going to be probably in an area that's a blend. Now, what's interesting is as we look at the next slide or the next image, this circle I created was to understand that if you took this hundreds of times, your dot would be in this area. So therefore, my dot would be either over here or over here, over here. So it's pretty close. This is kind of the reference range of where your dot's going to be. I'm not going to ever take this and honestly answer it and ever be way over here or way over here. So this is what this dot means, is that you're in this area. So what I want you to do when you get this is to basically draw a circle or highlighter around this by about 6 points. And here are the points right here. So about 6-point radius, okay? So a big dot around the dot. And then I want you to explore all those areas and read about them to help you understand which you are. Because it turns out, even though I look like I'm a hub, when I explore blue and blue-green, I really turn out to be more blue-green than hub or blue. And so I would declare myself blue-green. And so we'll see that this is where I'm at. You can see the circle I'm going to be right here. And that's going to mean that I'm not just clearly one of the 7, I'm kind of a blend. So I have to kind of explore for myself and understand better which one I actually fall into. Does that make sense? So there's 7 motivational value systems, or systems, right? And these are the 7. And my dot is right here. And your dot, your circle, your dot might be like over here, so that would make it probably easier to explore. But mine, however, is kind of right in the middle. So I will explore blue, green, blue, and hub. And actually, I went ahead and explored all of them. So when you get your results, you're going to get a interpretive guide. And this is an interpretive guide, and this is the first page of it. So I want you to look at this while we're talking. And then I want you to take the next 3 pages and do this to them. Ready? Drum roll. Oh. I want you to underline or highlight the most meaningful parts to you of the 7 motivational value systems. And I want you to do this by looking at these 3 pages. So I put all the three pages together. And what I did is I took a highlighter out and I just explored them. So remember I was blue, hub, and blue-green. So as I explored these, I took a highlighter out and just highlighted the words that specifically, meant a lot to me. So I would just go through this and highlight these things. And, it turned out that when I highlighted them, turned out that most of the places I was highlighting, you'd see my sheet, and a lot of it was highlighted blue-green. And I went ahead, and there was some, I'm just giving examples. Some was green. I had a lot of blue, and so some of these were definitely more blue. I didn't have any reds, and then maybe a few hubs, but I really didn't have that much hub stuff. So I'm just randomly picking this out just to give you an example of what mine looked like after I highlighted it. So I had some green, I had some blue, and I had a lot of blue-green. And so ideally when you go through this, you'll highlight spots and you'll discover that you are one of these 7 motivational value systems. And for most people, they look at it and it's pretty clear. They read through and go, wow, I'm definitely green, or I'm definitely hub. And that's how I want you to enter kind of our space together after we're done with this, is to kind of come up to me and understand, hey, this is what I am, and declare yourself as that. And even we'll hand you out a sticker, which I have on my work badge that says that I'm blue-green. And that really helps, and you'll see how we get into that in a little while. So after this, the goal really is to personalize your results. Like I said, declare your motivational value system. Example, I am blue-green. And then recognize the difference between behavior and motivation, like we said before. And I always tell everybody, where would General Storm Norman Schwarzkopf, from, like, I think it was the Iraq War, what would he be under? And if he took this, most people would say, well, red, because red's this kind of go to, do it, get it done kind of perspective. Well, hold on a second. That's interpreting his behavior. But he could very well be blue. And in fact, I remember distinctly a story of a colonel that took this and was blue. And a lot of military people have taken this and they're blue. And in fact, I have somebody at work that used to be in the military and he was blue and he couldn't believe it. But then I asked him, why does he do the things he does? And he said, because I want to help others, because I want to serve my country. So the language he's using is showing his true colors, so to speak. In fact, I had a nurse take this who, for the first time in her life, this tool showed her who she really, she said, oh my gosh, finally a tool that really acknowledges my heart or my motivation behind what the things I do. Because so many people would say, oh, she's red. Well, that's her behavior. She's borrowing that red because she's, wants to get these things done because she truly is blue. And when she took this test, it was she was so vindicated. She felt vindicated and really excited that this was really showing her true color, which was blue. And that's why it's important not to really be clear about behavior and motivation are different.